Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of Jordan and Drew, the Sports Crew. Just Jordon Lawrenz today. No Drew Skyberg. That's right. I am doing a solo episode by myself, solo interview with the one and only Mary Satori. Mary Satori, a member of the Lincoln Chips volleyball team that fell just one game short of making it to state this year in volleyball. Would have been back-to-back years. But Mary, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good to hear. So let's talk about it, right? Your senior year of volleyball, just getting going, but how was it? Because you guys participated in that spring season. So when did that end? That ended in like April-ish or end of March?
Yeah, the alternate fall sports season ended in April last year.
And then you guys got started with this right away in September?
August, actually.
August. So how was that layoff? I mean, that's a very short time. Do you think it helped the team or it kind of like you guys were a little drained?
Not gonna lie, I feel like we were a little drained, mainly because we lost a lot of seniors last year, so we had a lot of opening starting spots, so there wasn't much time to really figure it out and try a lot of people in those new positions. So
There wasn't any discussion of having this as a spring season again, also, I assume.
yeah, no, there was not.
Yeah, no. So you were stuck with it and you made the best of it, though. I mean, very good year in conference. Ended up first place, correct?
Yep.
Won it all, and here you end into the playoffs once again. Got some easy sweeps. One of them I saw was 25-3. Like, that's unreal. How do you only allow them to score 3 points?
Well, it really helped. One of our sophomores actually started off the game, and we started off up 20-0. So
Jeez.
having a good serve and not letting them come out right away, that helped us a lot to get that momentum.
I mean, in the powder puff days, I had 14 serves in a row, and it was 14-0. So, I mean, it's basically the same situation. I'm sure I was
Oh,
playing against competitors
mhm.
of the same level, but yeah, enough about me. This is about you. This is about the ships. You guys made it. Like I said, got to Oconomowoc in the sectional finals and ended up falling short to Oconomowoc once again. I believe it was my senior year when you guys lost to them as well, just one
Yes.
game short of going to state. Did you think that you guys had it in you to make another state run coming into this year, or were you kind of surprised with how far you ended up making it?
Um, I wouldn't say I was surprised or satisfied really, but it really was a good year. We knew coming into this year that there were a lot of new spots open, and I knew that there was a lot of talent coming up from the grades below. So I was really excited to see what this team could do, but it definitely was a fun team to play on, and we definitely did meet most of our goals this year.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear. Absolutely. And you guys are losing five, or is it six seniors moving into next year?
Um, we are actually losing 7,
Oh,
but technically 9 because 2 of them were managers.
oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, managers kind of count. Got to give them a little bit of credit. But next year, you think the team's still going to be in good hands?
Definitely. A lot of the underclassmen this year are just very athletic, and I know they're very competitive as well, and will definitely step up next year and definitely help lead the team to another successful year.
Yeah, hopefully, maybe even another state run. So, real quick, just want to talk about Oconomowoc. I mean, what's so special about that team? They always seem to be in the top. They're like in football, high school football, Kimberly. It's always the team we talk about. It seems like it's Oconomowoc because they won state 2 years ago, I believe, and I feel like they're just always up at the top.
Yeah, so Oconomowoc is a team that has a lot of athleticism and height to go along with it. Many of those girls also play club volleyball at a very high level because the area they're in is very competitive for club volleyball. So that definitely helps them too. Um, and with that, there are a couple of those girls who are Division 1 volleyball recruits, and there even are some that are on the U.S. training team for the youth.
Oh, wow.
So just having those opportunities definitely help them, where in some areas like Manitowoc, there definitely isn't as many opportunities to get out like that. Um, but overall, they're just very athletic, and their height definitely helps. But I think I've never seen an Oconomowoc team with girls that don't have at least 3 girls over 6 foot, so, I mean, that definitely helps them.
Yeah, that's unreal, and all the help they can get too. And it's just, hey, you got to tip your cap to them. And really, there's no shame in losing to such a good team like that. So, last year, though, I mean, we talked about just falling short of state this year, but last year, making it all the way to the state championship game. How was that whole experience?
It was definitely really exciting, especially because Lincoln has never won a game at state before, and we were able to make it to the championship. So that was very exciting. It definitely wasn't a normal state year because it was not able to be held at the Rush Center, and that really helps with the state atmosphere, with having more fans there and everything, and just having more you'll have more fun with it when there's the lights on you and all the music, things like that. I mean, WIA did a great job last year trying to replicate it for us, but due to COVID restrictions and everything, we were not able to have a normal one with as many fans as we wish we could have had, but it was a great experience to be able to compete against the top teams in the state.
And you still had, like, obviously your parents and stuff got to come, and there was still a student section, right? A good chunk of kids got to come out.
Yes, there was. It was really great to see how many people wanted to come and support us last year, but we did end up dealing with some things where there were teachers who had to give up their tickets so some students could come, or some parents, because there were such a limited amount. So that was a little disappointing, but it was great to see how many people really wanted to be there.
Gotta love the support for the team. Obviously, yeah, disappointing. And I wouldn't say it was a disappointing state run for you guys, but it's just the whole experience of it kind of got brought down a little bit, which is a shame, but nothing you can do. You can look back on it now and enjoy what you had, and that's really it. So you, Mary, you played on varsity all 4 years, correct?
Yes, I did.
Did you start freshman year, or how was that whole experience being on varsity as a freshman? That's gotta be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so both freshman and my sophomore year, I started for varsity as a middle hitter, and that was a position I had never played before. And then junior and senior year, I got moved to the outside, which is where I prefer to be. But obviously, as an underclassman, like, you're gonna play wherever you are like needed.
Yeah, you don't really get to pick.
Yeah, and I mean, freshman and sophomore year, I played with my sister, so that was a little bit rough at first. At the beginning, we did not get along very well, but through my sophomore year, and we definitely got a lot closer, so that was pretty fun. But yes.
I mean, yeah, a little sibling rivalry, that's for sure. A little drama going down makes the whole thing a lot more difficult, but you certainly made the best of it. Ended up getting some. How many offers did you end up getting in before landing at Minnesota Duluth?
Minnesota Duluth was my only offer. I accepted that one pretty early, just because all the schools I was talking to, I really did not see myself fitting in very well. So, and with COVID, recruiting was kind of pushed back. So it was very hard to visit campuses, especially with those restrictions, but Duluth was my only offer.
Did it take like a, because you did commit pretty early, did it take like a lot of weight off your shoulders and like a lot of pressure gone? And you're like, oof, I'm committed, I can enjoy, because you committed junior year, correct? So you had whole senior year to just play?
Yes, it definitely did take off a lot of pressure because with COVID, they made a rule that we could not start talking. Like, you could not talk to colleges until after your sophomore year. So it was a lot of emailing and not getting any responses back, and you're just sitting there waiting. So it was really exciting to get to finally talk to those colleges. But since it was pushed back so long, it was a lot of like busy work with you're constantly talking and constantly researching all these colleges. So when I really did fall in love with Minnesota Duluth, it was very nice just to be able to be like, okay, I'm done. I don't have to worry about scheduling phone calls or emails or anything like that anymore. So, and I know a lot of people who were still stressing about that for a much longer time than me, where I was able to just be like, this is what my college coaches want from me, and this is what I'm going to do to try to get there for them.
Yeah, you can just sit on the sideline and be happy. Why is that about COVID not being able to talk to them until after sophomore year? Like, what would COVID have to do with that, if you have any idea?
Yeah, so they changed the rule originally, NCAA just did, so you couldn't like in person talk to them, but then because of COVID, some campuses were completely shut down for a really long time. So I think they implemented a rule so it was more fair for some colleges. So there were some colleges who I was talking to and I was never even able to visit or anything like that because of that. So like I was very lucky to have Minnesota Duluth as an option where I could actually go and visit in person, where I know a lot of colleges I would have had to wait another like 6 months to do that.
Yeah, that's definitely a long time, and it's what, 4 hours from here? It's not too far.
Mhm. Closer to 5, I think, but
5? Okay. But yeah, that's still not too bad at all. Minnesota Duluth, Mary Satori will be there next year. We'll be rooting her on. Let's talk now, Coach Dixon, right? It's obviously some people might be intimidated of her at first, but how much did she help shape you as a player and really just get you prepared for that next level?
so the Dixon family was actually been my first coach and now my like last coach all here in Manitowoc. So like Mallory Dixon actually coached me in 5th and 6th grade, and she now plays Division 1 volleyball at South Carolina and previously did play for the Badgers. Um, so like she was my first coach I ever had and really helped me fall in love. And then both Molly Dixon and Coach Dixon has now coached me for all of high school. So it was really great to just see their whole family and their philosophy in coaching and things like that. And with Mallory playing at a Division 1 level, Coach Dixon was really able to help me understand the recruiting process, and she was always willing to send out emails or have phone calls. So that was very helpful also. And she really also knew what things to look for because the recruiting process is very stressful, like I said, and some coaches are very businessy and some are very family oriented. So
It definitely got to be stressful. I mean, preparing for college, I can't even imagine. So, hey, props to you being able to do it. Back to high school real quick, just to kind of wrap things up. Do you have a favorite game you ended up playing throughout your 4 years?
my favorite game would definitely have to be my junior year sectional finals against Oshkosh West, because that game we were able to have a lot of fans, more than we were expecting because of COVID, and it was just a great atmosphere with the fans and all of our family there. And we were going into that game as the lower seed, and we were able to prove everyone wrong and beat Oshkosh West in 4 sets and ultimately make it to state. And that was just a really fun game because I was close with all the seniors. So it was just being able to accomplish that with some of my best friends was very fun.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. That's good stuff to hear. Any other moments like that really stand out to you, whether it was on the court, off the court, just anything about the high school experience? I know COVID kind of could bring things down, and it sounds cliche, but it really did. So was there just any other big moments or fun times you had with the team that you want to share?
Um, so every year, the varsity volleyball team goes team camping at High Cliff State Park. And because of our junior year, we were not able to do that with Coach Dixon and Molly Dixon, but we were able to still do it as a group of friends. So that was really fun. The volleyball team just got together on our own and drove there and set up tents and everything. But it ended up storming and being flood warnings. So we had to leave, which was kind of sad, but it was just fun to realize that the team could come together and do that together in the summer, even though we did not end up playing until the spring.
Yeah, that's certainly an experience to bring it down. Nice flood. Hey, something you can never forget, though. So, moving back to college once again, what are you going to be doing now with all the downtime here? Do you participate in any other sports? Are you going to be doing like any club or anything like that just to get staying in shape, I guess?
Yeah, so I will be playing club volleyball for Milwaukee Sting again, and that is practice like 3 times a week. And we also do athletic performance training there, which is some strength training and agility, things like that. But I also will be lifting quite a bit, and I'm also participating in many clubs in school, as I'm like a board member on NHS. Um, yeah, so I will still be being busy, but definitely not with high school volleyball. So,
You've been doing Sting for a few years now, right?
second year at Sting, I used to be at Fox Cities Elite.
Gotcha. I mean, hey, it's experience, and that's all that matters. So, Minnesota Duluth next year. You have any goals right away for college? Obviously, going for academics as well, but it's still volleyball. It's a ton of fun and very exciting.
So Minnesota Duluth is a great program, obviously one of the top Division 2, and they have quite a few girls who are actually injured right now. So
Oh
next
boy.
year, I really hope I am able to come in and kind of better the team, especially I'm a very outgoing person, so I'm hoping that I can make many friendships right off the bat, and I potentially might not play much my freshman year, but I would really hope to be starting on the court sophomore year, even if it is not 6 rotations, if it's 3 rotations anywhere. Yeah, but I'm just really hoping that at Minnesota Luth, I will help the team get there to a national championship because they have been close many times.
I mean, I can confirm very outgoing indeed, so I don't think you'll have any problems fitting in there. And like you said, freshman, sophomore years didn't really get to play, and then finally you were the outside hitter as you were more comfortable. So maybe we'll expect the same in college. But anything else to wrap things up, Mary?
No, just thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Do you want to shout out your Instagram or anything like that?
Mary Satori, I guess.
Beautiful. There. We always like to plug the Instagrams here. Ours is Jordan Drew _ Sports Crew. Don't forget, guys, we're on Facebook, Jordan and Drew the Sports Crew, YouTube, Jordan and Drew the Sports Crew, all of the social medias for us. Thank you for coming on, Mary, and thank you all for listening to a very special edition of Jordan and Drew the Sports Crew, the perfect podcast for